Hello. You all know I have 5, but what you guys do not know is that I suffer epilepsy. This story goes way back to when I was like 6 or 7 years old. That's when my parents found out that I had epilepsy. It was so traumatic for my parents, specifically my dad. I was raised by my father. When they had to put me on medication, that was the traumatic part. I would spit the pills. I did not like to take the pills. I was on Dilatin and Zerontin. My dad would literally have to break up the pills, and he would put it in a spoon and put a little water in it and make me trying to take it. And I would not take it. I would spit it out. It was traumatic for me, and I think that was the beginning of my anxiety as a child, because I always had anxiety that I never let my parents know until I was older. I told my mom. I never knew who my mother was growing up until I was about 15 years old, 15, 16 years old. My dad always kept it a secret. But I'll tell you guys about that on another day. But we believe I got my head. One theory is how I got my seizures. Was a hard blow to a head when I was at my cousin's house. We were fighting over going to a friend's house by opening the door. So guess who got a hard blow to the head? And I have a scar right here to show for it. But to back up the story, to go fast forward with my story a little bit, that's how my weight, that's the cause of my weight, is pharmaceuticals and doctors do not like to tell you that seizure medicine causes weight gain. I was always on Dilatin and Zerontin for the longest time until I had a hysterectomy. When I was younger, I had endometriosis, which, as a lot of women know, endometriosis is not fun having with all the pain. So I had what they call silent endometriosis. I did not know I had it until my 3rd child, which caused a lot of pain when I would have sex. So since the doctors said I had 3 children and I didn't want no more children, at I believe 22, 23 years old, I had a full-blown hysterectomy. And of course, you know what that does to your body. The same year, when I had my hysterectomy, I had a full-blown, my first grandma seizure in a long time. The first time I ever had a grandma seizure was when I was 16 years old, when I was molested by my stepfather from the traumatic experience. Which I went into foster care over that, because 2 years prior to that was when I met my stepmom, and I'll tell you the story about that one too later on, with the two combined. As you can see, I've had a very traumatic life. But this story is about my weight gain with seizure meds. After my hysterectomy, I went on the seizure medication called Depakote. When I first went on Depakote, it was fairly new medication. Doctors did not tell me it would cause weight gain. At that time, I weighed about 160 pounds after having my 3rd child a year prior. If the doctors would have told me it caused weight gain, did you think I would go on this medication I was on it for approximately, I was on it from, that year was 1988. I was on it from 1988 to 2001 when my husband passed away. And I had gained, at that time, when my husband passed away, I weighed 298 pounds. I didn't start losing my weight until after he passed away. And that's when I quit taking Depakote, is when my husband passed away. Because the doctors did not think I had seizures anymore because my seizures had been controlled for so many years. So when I quit taking it, about 6 months later, I started having seizures again. And at that point, they put me on Topamax. And being put on Topamax has caused me to lose weight. I have lost 80 pounds since coming off Depakote and being put on Topamax. If you have epilepsy, I suggest you check out for yourself about the medication. Be your own advocate. That's what I had to learn after having so many seizures after coming off Depakote. Depakote is such a nasty medication. I know Topamax isn't, but you have to weigh your pros and your cons. If you have any questions, please comment down below. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later, and keep you posted on my progress.